Hello and welcome to Dubai in the UAE, my 54th country, and I am just stopping here to visit a friend who recently moved here. I'm not doing a long series of videos in the country, I am just doing this one. I'm starting today's video, which will also carry on to tomorrow, here at Kite Beach and the iconic hotel, the Burj Al Arab over there, and the sun disappearing. Let's walk a little bit further on. I'll talk more about Dubai and show the city, some of the old town. We'll walk to the Burj Khalifa tomorrow night in this video. So Dubai has no shortage of public beaches, and perhaps one of the best ones to catch the sunset is here on Kite Beach, as you'll be able to see the sun disappear. And the Burj Al Arab claimed to be the first 7-star hotel in the world. It is a landmark of Dubai, built in 1997. It was one of the first real statements that the city made. Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Dubai. I am continuing this video after the brief start yesterday at Kite Beach here in Old Dubai. But before I get talking about this area, yesterday after visiting Kite Beach and seeing the sunset, I then continued onwards towards the Palm Jumeirah, which is a large palm-shaped island that you can see very clearly from a bird's eye view. Totally audacious, the attempt to pull off such a thing. The famous Atlantis Hotel is there, and from there you can get great views of the marina, which is another part of Dubai over on that side of the city, more towards the south. I then spent the evening in marina checking out some of the nighttime views, the Dubai Eye, the Grand Ferris wheel, the largest in the world, and also glittering skyscrapers and beachside restaurants, all sorts going on in the marina. Quite a touristy area, but certainly worth taking a look at if you're in the city. Now I am going to continue today by showing the old part of the city, which is probably what interests me more than anything else. The name of this area is the Al Fadi historical neighborhood, and it is the heritage part of Old Dubai. The buildings are authentic, but with some restoration and modern signage and places to grab tea, coffee and shisha. Before starting today's section of the video, I had some lunch at the Arabian Tea House restaurant. I recommend it for the aesthetic and also the food. So this quarter was formerly known as Bastakia, from the Persian merchants who lived here. They originally came from the town of Bastak, and the incentive for the Persians to settle here was due to tax breaks that were granted by the Sheikh at the time. And then this area kind of fell into a bit of a disrepair around the 1970s. But since then, and the introduction of tourism in Dubai and the surge of this city in the UAE during the 90s and noughties and teens, this area has now seen a lot of investment and renovation. This is the heart of the tradition and the core of the city, which was built on trade, pearls, which came way before oil. This here is Dubai Museum. Although it is closed at the moment for the foreseeable future, I'm not sure when it opens once again, but it is housed in this old fortress and is probably well worth a visit if it is open. I'm now heading towards the creek. I'm now here on the boat, which has a traditional shape. You want to make sure that you get the ones that only cost 1 dirham, not 2. A 5-minute ride to the other side for what is around 20p, and we are here at some of the best souks. So this right here is the first and original part of Dubai's souks, and of course it still exists today. Not quite the same as it was, but it still retains that feel. It's the best that you're going to find anywhere in the city, and there's spices, there's gold, and it makes for a very interesting area if you're looking for the traditional side. So let's walk through and see what it has to offer.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, salam alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
So, yeah, good. These are all your spices.
Yeah, it's spice. What is this?
What is it?
Dry lemon, dry lemon.
Salam alaikum. Okay, so this is the most popular one. The mixed spice. Sumac, Arabian curry.
Arabian curry, kapsa, mixed spice, Halton, barbecue masala, and English chicken.
Wow.
English chicken is only for Dubai. In the hot water, okay, very small stick. And this is 1 chicken dissolved, okay?
Yeah.
After for a smell.
Wow.
Smell is good. Close your eyes, close your eyes.
Clears my nose.
This is eucalyptus, okay?
Eucalyptus.
Good for nose and good for cough. Ali Sani spoon, okay? You hard water, very small stick, and you blanket cover. Smell Ali Sani, finish.
Wow.
Good magic. You like
amazing.
magic? Yes.
That really does. That's a powerful cleanser. After finishing filming in this area, I'm going to head towards the Burj Khalifa to wrap things up. It's going to be a pretty chill video. I'm just showing Dubai, a mix and match of it in one video, as I'm only here for a short time, and like I said, I'm visiting a friend, and then I'm going to be off to another country after this. I really want to head to Latin America, but I have a secret birthday destination. My dad turned 70 this year, and so my family are going away for a weekend in an Airbnb somewhere, which we're keeping it a surprise for him, so I'm not going to mention it in this video because he watches all my videos. But I need to be in a destination that's close enough to catch a flight to where we're going to celebrate his birthday, which is why I have to hold on to visiting Latin America and the Caribbean until a couple months down the road, sort of June and onwards.
Hello, how are you?
Walking on from the spices souk, you'll eventually reach the gold souk, which I've also been told looks especially good at night, but I'm heading to the Burj later, so I'm going to check it out now. It also has the world's largest gold ring. Let's see if we can track it down. So this here is the Star of Tiber, the world's largest and heaviest golden ring. certified by Guinness World Book of Records, amongst other bracelets and necklaces. For a single ticket going from Al Ras here to the Burj Khalifa, it is just 8 dirhams.
Your attention please. The train to Creek will arrive.
There we go, metro journey complete, and I am now here by the Burj Khalifa, standing tall behind me there. Let's walk a little bit closer to it. So great views of the Burj from here, reaching 828 meters. It broke records for being the tallest building in the world. I love this. Behind me here, representing an Emirati man and woman. The whole area is filled with lights once it gets to dark, and it's beautiful for just walking around. Plenty of traffic and cars around as it's rush hour right now. I'm not going to head up the Burj Khalifa in this video, as we want to see it from the outside. It's amazing how far Dubai and the UAE has come. Before, all of this was just desert, Bedouins on the coast and pearl traders, and then the oldest Emiratis will remember that Dubai was just a small town on the coast, but today it is something completely different. Something like over 80% of the UAE's population are non-local. They may be Filipinos, Pakistanis, Indians, Bangladeshis, some Europeans, and a bunch of others as well. As you walk around the streets, you'll see so many different nationalities. In fact, it can be a rarity sometimes to spot an Emiratis. They tend to hang out in the same places. Hello and welcome back. I am filming the outro of this Dubai video in the next country after leaving the UAE. I am in another place here in the Middle East. Perhaps some of you who live here might be able to recognize what park this is, although there's not really that many clues. I will keep it a secret until the next video. But I just wanted to do the outro for the last couple of things that I saw in Dubai, which was firstly the Dubai Mall. I walked inside and filmed some things, but I was told by the security to delete my footage as I didn't have permission to film inside the mall. It is one of the most impressive and most glamorous malls arguably in the world. It is enormous and well worth a visit. It's a tourist attraction in itself. It has a huge aquarium with a bunch of sharks. From the Dubai Mall you can make your way outside and see the Burj in all its glory, and also the light show, which appears I believe every half an hour or so in the evenings, and if you're there you may as well see it. There are lots of other tourists there. It gets a little bit crowded, but the water show along with the light show are kind of nice to just watch. that was all for that particular day. While I was in Dubai, I also visited the Expo, which ran from October 2021 to March, the end of March 2022, so just a month ago it finished. And then I decided, because there's so many Expo vlogs and it had already finished, that I was a bit late to the party and that I wasn't going to put out a Expo vlog for myself. I was just going to enjoy visiting it. I went on 3 separate days. There was so much to see. Each country has its own pavilion where it showcases its architecture. Some of them are really impressive, others a little bit underwhelming. And then inside you have different exhibitions, some promoting the country's tourism, some are more about the environment and the economy and politics. It just depends on what that country wants to showcase itself. And I really enjoyed visiting all the different pavilions. Some, like Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and of course the UAE, really blew me away. Others, like the UK's one, architecturally very nice, but inside a bit disappointing. The food at the Expo was amazing too. It kind of felt like you could just walk into any pavilion and try the food of that country. Some had coffee, like the Jamaica had the Blue Mountain coffee, or Ethiopia had their style of coffee. So it was really interesting just to wander around and get a taste of each individual place. The next Expo is in Japan in 2025. So I recommend, if you have the budget and the enthusiasm to do it, definitely try to make an Expo on your bucket list for something to do in your life at some point. They only come around every 5 years. The Dubai one was supposed to be in 2020, but obviously it changed because of the pandemic. It was pushed forward to the end of 2021. So that's all for Dubai. Maybe I will go back to the UAE and visit my friend in another year or two, or whenever, and make some more vlogs, maybe go to Abu Dhabi, do some hiking and things like that. Didn't quite happen on this last trip, but that's completely fine. So I'm going to be filming videos now from the country that I'm in. As I said, my dad's birthday is coming up and I have to meet my family not too far from here. I don't want to bang on too much, so I will end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you from the country that I'm currently in.